If you're not ball hard, then don't.
I get anger. Bye bye, I'll see you later. I'ma let my gun blow. I'm releasing anger. Damn, I'm a bubble. How the fuck I make it? I ain't really sure that all these hoes basic. They just want me for my guap. I just had to face it. He ain't want no smoke for real. Guess he couldn't take it. My thing gon' put belt to ass. He a real spank. What the fuck you wanna do? I can never trust like that.
Bitches miss me, niggas diss me, niggas diss me.
The future. The future.
I think I have to turn my music down pretty ridiculously low for the mic to be pretty viable. But we can get started. Pedro, how are you doing? For some reason, Discord mode's not working. So this is where I left off last time. And like, oh my gosh, my ear itches. Oh my gosh. Assign it to me. I really like that button that says assign it to you. I don't know why. It was failing on the build? No, it didn't. Then why did it? I think it was failing on the build. So right now I can't test. Oh, Max, you're underneath me. Hey, buddy. My goodness. We got to get rid of that spew dependency, and then we're good to go. Do you like my logging? Let's see if I can get rid of that spew dependency. Oh, it's just there, so I can just do go mod tidy and it's gone? Oh, no. Let me go. Dang it! Something's using it under the hood. What is it? Remove spew. Get rebase. Oh, push force. You know, having... That's bigger. I wonder if there's any value in me actually having chat in this. In the vertical one. I don't think there is. Let's hide chat in vertical. And we'll just make my face huge. It's much better. I think we've tested this pretty good. So now we should be able to do go run main.go Twitch mode false Discord mode. Okay, well, then why did it say everything passed? I thought it was broken. I can't spell Twitch IRC. This is the Twitch IRC type. This took a while to figure out all of my shutdown. Oh yeah, and then when I call it, I'm not doing it right. Okay. My goodness. So, oh. Who broke my stuff? So Twitch IRC is that. We set that up here. This is not defined there. If start Discord, we set up a Discord LLM and then the Discord session. For the Twitch, we set up Twitch. Then we run the client in a Go routine. And then if we get shut down, which, right, we just wait for a shutdown, we hang on the stop channel. If we get a stop, we do a context.done, we close the Discord session, and we close the disconnect, and then we close. And I'm passing wait group because I think I'm using them, but I don't need a wait group.done, and I'm not waiting. I think my screen needs to be bigger. And somewhere somebody's like, you know how like Git wraps your stuff if it's too long? I'm gonna do that just for TikTok. Just for TikTok content. Will I ever make money on TikTok? No. I would make, I don't know. I don't know how I want to make money. I just want to build a Kubernetes cluster. And I need money to do it. That's it. That's all. That's the only thing I want. Let's do a go build and see if I fixed. I think where is shutdown called? So shutdown's called here. We have a wait group. We don't have IRC. And session.session? Session.session's not what I want. I want straight up the client, which is just session. I used to be doing session.session, but then I was like, no. I need to check if it's nil or not. Okay, now it says it builds. So now we just have Discord mode. Oh, I'm printing a pointer somewhere. I want to kill that. I need to fix my setup, obviously. Live grep, and it should be like %p. Sweet. Okay, let's go restart Pedro. Oh, goodness. Someone just said, hey, I'm trying to summarize the learnings from this week. And me, being the little smartass that I am, just like we have transcripts for every video of every meeting. I want to comment and be like, take the transcripts, plug them into ChatGPT, and send it as a summary. Because, like, why on earth would I take the brain power to do that? It sounds like a horrible use of brain power. Wait, what branch is this? It's a different branch. I didn't even have a PR for this? Well, no wonder. Okay, let's... Wait. There's a setting somewhere. Yeah, we're gonna have Copilot review my code. That's it. Copilot, can you review my code for me? What? Can you do a PR? I thought I turned on doing PR reviews. There's like a setting somewhere that it lets Copilot do PR reviews. I ran into it this week. I'm not even joking. Well, where were we? So I went over here. Oh, I got a linting problem. Sweet. Can you review my PR? That's what we need to build into Pedro next, is have Pedro review Pedro. And it should scrape the code from the GitHub API too. Okay, this is just a summary of what you did. Oh my gosh, yeah, that was a horrible... Okay, sorry. Let's... this is using ChatGPT 4.0 to review my code. And it summarized everything I did, updated initial system with 20 questions game, added print statement at the end to log the length. That's just for debugging. Removed print statement for the pointer value. Yeah. Removed go mod spew. Yes. Added flags. This is like really like the only thing I care about is the flags for the Discord mode and Twitch mode. And then you can get a diff if you want. Like, this is the most pointless PR review. PR reviews are supposed to say, is your code good? This is what you should change. So if this is not how Copilot does PR reviews, then I'm doing it wrong. Hola, güero. But yeah, this was the most... if this is the experience of Copilot doing PR reviews, it's a horrible experience at the end. A horrible experience. Where am I GitHub? Go back. Okay, I'm gonna merge you. No, wait, I gotta fix the linter. Linter! Late? What do you mean late? You showed up. That's all that matters. Oh, the error's not checked here. Oh, it's because I don't care about the error there. Like, it's literally here. It's in failure mode. So here, I don't check the error. And we'll just log error. Does this have an error? Yeah. We'll just, no, it will run anyway. So we'll just log the error. Either way. I don't think this will care. Print. I don't think this will fix the linter. Okay, it says it's fine now. You think it'll still fail? I gotta fix the Docker stuff. I don't know why. I don't know why it like builds just fine and pushes just fine. Like I have a container attached to the repo, but I can't pull it. I don't know whose problem that is. I mean, it's my problem. I don't know why I have that problem. It's clearly my problem. Also, I want it to be versioned, and I don't know how to do that. So, sweet. Let's... I've never heard of Vivaldi. Hi, Newfic. What do I like about Arc? That I can do Command-Shift-2 and screenshot parts of the browser. That's literally the reason I will never go back to anything else. It's pretty pathetic. My plugins work. I like this. I like, instead of having favorites that I can set profiles and have just things that I want to stick there. This is actually my work profile, and I do not know why it's here. Because I don't want my work one on my personal thing. I synced them on accident. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's a whole ton of other features I don't use. I have Chrome extensions, so I can use, what's the thing I use? 1Password. But no, that screenshot feature is so nice. That's literally the whole reason, oh, debug Twitch connection. Git check out main. Git pull. Yeah. Git pull. That's not how you spell pull. I mean, I don't know. Most of the people I know who switched to Arc switched from Chrome. Oh. Oh wait, I just run this default. So this is Twitch mode, no Discord. Sweet. So now Pedro's up. Yay, Pedro. Now we should be able to finally debug our stinking Discord just fine. This is Chrome. Yeah, Arc is Chromium based. But well, I mean, it has a ton of. I love it, but I definitely am not maximizing my Arc usage. At all. There's no maximization of Arc usage here. I just have tabs and I have things saved up here. And then, oh, and these auto delete. My tabs auto turn off. Oh, yes, I just don't use DevTools because I don't do front end. I can't think of a time I've used DevTools in the last 3 years. Because I'm pretty pathetic. Okay, so we need to go back here and do a Ask Pedro and a rebase. Oh, I don't do it for dumb reasons. I agree. Corporate backend dev is just CRUD apps, and so why on earth would you do that? So that's I've just do. What is the difference? I've been doing more cloud infra, and data stuff. Oh, I want the head, that's for sure. Dad joke. Did you hear about the police have a warrant out for a midget psychic ricking off people? It is a small, medium, at large. Oh, that's funny. Why did the go routine? Because it has. Why do you keep doing the async problems one, Pedro? Okay. What's the other one? Discord commands? We changed it to be 0. Okay, so now I should be able to debug Pedro on Discord. So we're trying to... I got the 20 questions working. That's what happened last time. So this time, we have not Discord commands. AI, Discord, Ask. We're going to be playing around with Ask Pedro, which gives us a single bot response. And so now in the Discord commands... Pedro, what do you think about 0 work... I asked Pedro. Pedro, if you chat history, gave a good response about the 4-day work week. They had in my Slack group, a Forge Slack. I think it's there's a command for it somewhere. There is a 150 comment thread on 4-day work weeks, and I 100% believe in 4-day work weeks because I can't think of a time when I didn't do a 4-day work week. By that, I mean work a full day on Friday. Like, more than 2 hours on Friday. So, yeah. Oh, that's an interesting idea, Rugmat. As a chatbot, I'm designed to augment human capability, but I think a human will always need... I think humans will always need to make a tough decision and provide empathy. Plus, who does merges like this? What do you mean merges like this? You mean... resolve... yes, I do it. Pedro, what is better? A 4-day work week? Or a 6-day work week? I want to see what Pedro says. They were talking about something where they were like, you work 9 days over 2 weeks, so you get every other Friday off. Or you get, like... just all these weird options. Somebody's like, I'll do RTO if it's only 4 days a week. Oh, I did forget the 6. Well, I guess Pedro will figure it out. Okay, so we have Ask Pedro over here. Responding with, let me check. Okay. Oh, yes, this is where we left off. Remember, Rug, when we're like, if you want to respond to somebody, you have to get the user number from Discord. Oh, yeah, I have to call that endpoint and get it. Oh, goodness me. As a Go enthusiast, because writing Go makes you want to do a 4-day work week. I've worked with most people. It would allow for a better work-life balance and can lead to increased productivity. A 1-day work week? That sounds like a recipe for burnout. What? How? How is a 1-day work week a recipe? I agree. Well, Ravine, let me just put it to you this way. Well, I actually, I'm not gonna... My smartest comment is, what am I doing right now? And the answer is not working. So... Please explain that, Pedro. How is that a recipe for burnout? Please let me know how it's a recipe for burnout. Oh, yeah, we don't need this. We need the other one. Golang, Discord, go. When I was at Tailscale, they brought up 4-day work weeks probably monthly, and like, why aren't we doing it? And the truth of why aren't we doing it is because the people in charge worked 7 days a week and they were workaholics, and yeah, that was it. That's why. I would work hard Monday through Thursday. I would work hard Monday through Thursday, and then I'd be like, yeah, I'll stream on Friday, and then Friday I would just get inundated with messages and not be able to stream. Like, that's straight up what happened every time. As a human, explanation 24-hour shift. Only, yes, but one day where if it's only 8 hours, because it's an 8-hour day, then a 1-day work week doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so I'm a big believer in 20% time, which basically means 1 day of your week would be dedicated to yourself anyway. I think everybody should just do 20% time. And that's a 4-day work week. Tell me how a company that adopts 20% time is not doing a 4-day work week. And I have yet to run into a manager who's like, yeah, Mariah, your 20% time philosophy is just killing us. You need to stop doing that. Nobody says that. They're always like, hey, Mariah, can we get more of you? You're like such an amazing worker. I'm like, thank you. It's because I use my 20% time to improve my skills effectively. So yeah, I don't know. That's my thoughts. It's like, I don't think we necessarily need to adopt a 4-day work week. I think we need to adopt 20% time, and 20% time is spent in self-investment. And sometimes that is napping on the ground. Sometimes that is going out. Sometimes that is building stuff for yourself. You know, it's just a thing. Okay. Look, there's a user mention. What? I approve of this message. Hey, where did your manager go? He was on the stream a minute ago. Isn't he in charge? I'm pretty sure our CTO does 4-day work weeks anyway, so. Ow, burn! No, he was on stream. I just burned my boss. So. You know. So, like, what we were doing with this is it was like, if you do this, and you have to do not the username, but the user number. So, with a username, I need to be able to return. Yeah, well, in North America, we haven't recovered from 612s that we used to work in the early 1900s. We still think that to be ahead, you have to work 612s. So yeah, like, I definitely agree that the American philosophy on work is not the healthiest, because we basically say, to get ahead, you have to work until you're dead. Like, that's it. Oh, you're asking what I'm looking for? So we found this last time, and I don't remember where I was. But essentially, I'm gonna get there. There's a syntax you can do where you essentially pass the user message, the user ID, and it tags it for you. It just does the mention for you. So if I did @username, it doesn't tag anybody. But if I pass the user ID, the user number, then I'll do that. 410s. My dad worked 410s in the 90s. It was really popular. And like the government loves it. Actually, I know a school system that did 410s because they could save on air conditioning that way. But content with mentions replaced. See, look, you do @ and then the ID. That's how you do it. Content with mentions replace. Replace all ID with the username of the mention. I want it to go the other day. I want to go the other way around. And I want it to do the other thing. Anyway, I don't know why I'm getting distracted. I need the user number. Oh, isn't there a user type somewhere? User ID? Yeah, it's like a user ID. Yeah, but I don't want... a user. Where's user? Yes, but I want to return a user when I have a... Well, so I think I have the user, right? So it's message.username, but I think I'm setting that. I have an interaction user. So... The reference documents I'm using right now are on Discord. The reference documents I'm using right now, these ones are the Go docs for the library I'm using. These. So they're just, so the library's pretty robust. So since I'm already using the library, I've enjoyed the library. I didn't want to reinvent the wheel and build my own API. So I just need to take this user. So let's just try this. User number equals interaction. Oh gosh. Is it interaction? This interaction is for the whole thing, okay. Yeah, but I got yes. Yes. Interaction.user. But where did I go? I was looking at the context. I wanted to see the scope. I was looking at the scope of I. Sorry. That was it. I just wanted to see the scope of I. And it was member user. And there was should be an ID on it. And so then I do user number. Thank you. With it. Sign. Okay, let's test this out. Oh! Not gonna work. Export. Now it should work. Okay. Discord. Where's my Test Pedro channel? Ask Pedro. What do you think about a 4-day work week? Let me check real quick. That's correct. And then it broke. No, it's still thinking. This is why I need to build my Kubernetes cluster, because the latency's gonna kill me. Seriously, Pedro, faster. I have plans. And I just need to figure out how to get myself profitable. My current plan is to leverage Substack and YouTube because we all know there's no money on Twitch. Yay ad breaks, making money. Making money on ad breaks. So my plan is to Twitch and Substack. I'll have paid only content on Substack, and then publish curated videos on Twitch. Not Twitch, on YouTube. It shouldn't affect my live streaming. It would just affect my sleep. And then I make $6,000. Bam, build Kubernetes cluster. Error calling LLM, single message response, failed to get LLM response, timeout. What's my timeout? I have a timeout set? I didn't think I had a timeout set. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But timeouts are always set by the context. These are horrible stop words, by the way. I just changed the context. Hopefully that'll fix it. Okay, Pedro, let's ask you again. What do you think about a 4-day work week? Oh, I'm not reprinting the question anywhere, am I? We'll have to figure that out. I want to actually get a thing. So Pedro's asking, where is our terminal? So if we were to go over here. Oh, I can get it on by hovering? Sweet. As you can see, it says slot is processing task. All slots are idle. It said that it did a completion, but that could have just been Pedro running somewhere else. Error calling LLM. Single response message failed to get timeout. Oh. I know why. I know what the timeout is. Nope. It's tail scale. Is the firewall, yeah. I need to punch a hole in it. So we do tail scale, serve. And then we do 127.001 8080. And now HTTPS, tail scale, blah, 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 ts.net. It's what I set it as, right? Okay. Punched a hole in the firewall. It's fantastic. Okay, let's go ask Pedro again. So if I hover over this, or hover over... Oh, I have to click on mine. Nice. What do you think about a 4-day work week? Third time's the charm? I don't know. Latency's still the worst thing we have to deal with, though, right? Which is hilarious. Slots processing. Yeah, this must have been Pedro itself. Yes, GPT, what do you think about a 4-day work week? Healthier work environment. Basically, we all hate our coworkers and need to see them less for sanity. Look! It tagged me! Oh, Widow came back for that one. Well, that begs the question when it talks about income. What are you getting paid for? Are you getting paid for the hours you're working, or are you getting paid for the output you're producing? If you produce the same output in 4 days as you would 5 days, which I know is illogical, but trust me, it can be done. If you are more refreshed, your brain works more efficiently. So it's like, people have done studies on this. Don't just take my word for it. No, I didn't say I hated you, Widow. I said we hate our co-workers. Don't take that as a personal affront. The truth of it is, if I didn't like my coworkers, I would not go to work, period. What's the difference? The amount of exposure, right? Small doses are fantastic, and I love people in small doses. If I had to see them 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, I probably wouldn't like them as much, you know. It's just like when you grow, your siblings. When you grow up with them, you fight all the time. When you move out of the house, they're your best friends. It's all about frequency. And so basically, if you work together better, you get more work done. Also, 20% time can best be accomplished on a Twitch stream. Not 20 questions. So when I was doing this worked. Why was my response empty? And then I'm gonna go in here. Oh, that's just over here, sorry. I'm using an interface. Look. Greg is here? Greg is where? Who is Greg? I feel like when I say it that way, we're watching while doing our one-on-one. That's hilarious. Hello, Gregory. How are you doing today? If the most effective use, I guess, if I talk about how our one-on-one went, Widow, like, I think this is about as, you watching me is about as useful as a time as we had, so it's great. Why was it blank is the question. And let's go ahead and throw a message history on there for debugging. Discord, ask Pedro. Hey, I'm so glad it pinged me. But I need to, I should have included the question. What do you think about a 4-day work week? Oh, Greg wasn't live when I accused him of only working 4 days anyway, so. Not negatively, because that was right after I said I only work 4 days. So. That's right. I just accused my boss's boss of putting in a certain amount of effort, which I think is appropriate. Whoa. Oh, yes. As a bot living in a stream's chat, I've seen many discussions about work-life balance. A 4-day work week sounds great. More time for coding, playing, and learning outside of work. Why does it say it's empty? Oh, my code's super broken. That was such a good response. You want to know why? Okay, so this... Typo? Who had a typo? I had a typo? Thanks for following, Newfic. Oh, yes. That is accurate. If you go with Mariah's coding history, the most likely culprit of me something not working is a typo, because I can't spell. So we got this with the response. It worked. Oh, look. Did you see what I was returning? Did you see what I returned right there? I just didn't matter what prompt was. We'll just return the empty string. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, I can just... Who cares about Git history? Git history's not going to prove that that was there. Oh, gosh. If we didn't have Git history, then nobody would know about my mistakes. No commits, no evidence. No commits. If I don't commit, there's no commit history. So let me think about that. But if I don't commit, then it's not saved outside of my machine. And what happens when my dogs vomit on my computer? Then Pedro's dead. And we don't want my dogs to be responsible for Pedro's death. Happy Kitsune. Twitch saves it forever, right? YouTube sure does. My startup's experimenting with it successfully. Did you hear that, Widow? We're doing it. We're doing it. I need to, clearly, we need to sync the emotes. Because it's trying to use my chat emotes. I do have Twitch delete... Well, it archives my history after 10 days. But YouTube doesn't, so... Which is why me sharing my secrets on screen is never an issue. Never happens. I never share my secrets on screen. That's great. It's good to know that my startup has been experimenting successfully with 4-day work weeks. I'm interested, Pedro, Pedro doesn't have any context. What secret are you going to tell me? Is it my Discord key? Maybe my creds for Postgres? There we go. That's a good secret. That's a good secret to share. So 2 things. We've got this working, which is fantastic. What we don't have it doing is saving anything to the database, right? We have all of our responses being saved to the database for Twitch, but we don't have any of the responses for Discord being saved to the database. We also don't have a context window. But the first thing first, let's go over here. Audio ML? Oh, I forgot about that. I still have that on this computer? Oh, that's so cute. That's when I stole somebody else's work to try to make sounds. What is it? It is a Jupyter notebook that I wrote 6 years ago that used somebody else's model to try and take MP3s and generate sounds to... Basically, if you had a recording from somebody, you could try and mimic their voice. It's pre-deepfake, but it didn't work. It was somebody else's work, and I was just experimenting with it. Deepfake does it way... it was a pre-deepfake audio gen. And it wasn't as good as deepfake, so... So here... we should go... Can we go new line? Then we say question... new line response. Is that pretty disgusting? Let's try this. Instead of saying, let me check real quick, should I say something like thinking or processing? Or, hey, we don't have any global, so it should be able to do 2 at once. What did you ask, Pedro? Tell me a dad joke that's not related to programming. I don't know if Pedro can do that. That's asking a lot of AI right here. You're asking a lot of AI. Pedro has a one contact mind, and that one context is programming. I could. Question, 4-day work week. Oh, I need a space there. I like that. It's an interesting idea. As a bot, I don't have personal opinions, but I could provide some food for thought. Some studies suggest that shorter work weeks can lead to improved work-life balance, increased productivity, and reduced burnout. On the other hand, it might impact team collaboration, client expectations, project timelines. What do you think? Would a 4-day work week be beneficial to developers like Mariah? Everything should be in the context of me. Look, Rug! Rug, it worked! Oh, it worked. That's so fantastic. That's so fantastic. I'm surprised that Pedro didn't respond on Twitch chat. Like, is Pedro, is the Twitch chat version of Pedro now being stupid? What time is that? It could have. No, it shouldn't be cycling. It should still be thinking on that one. Pedro, are you alive? So, Pedro should be able, with this current setup, be able to handle 4 requests at a time. And by Pedro, I mean the LLM. The LLM should be able to handle 4 requests at a time. And we had 2 on Discord and 1 on Twitch. So... What? Yeah? Yes. Though the hardware can, it has 4 cores. And I said, run on 4 cores. So it should be able to do that. See, look, it was just, okay, we got Happy Kitsune. Okay, so it's, hopefully it's still doing yours, Rug. Okay, it was good. We haven't lost any requests yet. Pedro's got 4 cores running. 4 cores. There's a delay between Twitch and YouTube? That's great. So, I mean, it's not for, like, that was a sarcastic rate. That really sucks. It's because I use well, no, I stream, both go through Restream. That's interesting. So they both use the same, they should be the same. Solving the meaning of life in Go? 10 to 15 seconds? That sucks. Which one's slower? Which one is more live? Is it Twitch or YouTube? Oh, YouTube might just buffer itself. I could see YouTube doing that, where they're like, yeah, we have to make sure it's in the database first. Okay, I'm gonna kill. We got a couple more things to clean up. Silly YouTube. YouTube. That's how they said it in Uruguay. They would say YouTube, which sounds like YouTube, which is I had. Just pause it and just pause it and watch it at double speed in smaller increments. Yo tuve 2 preguntas. Número 1 es por qué YouTube. They also called Nike Nike. Okay, so let's, and then while we're at it, let's put this help command to there we go. That should be everything I think we need. And it should connect to both. Okay. Oh, and then let's go see what we want to do about the database stuff. So we do have a database writer there. Sweet. That means I can go here. When do we write to the database in the other one? YouTube. My YouTube channel? Oh, I should have a... I thought I had a YouTube command. I don't? Will you just... Did you know that my friend knows the creator of Nightbot? Because... Oh, it's YouTube, not YT. Let's add it as white. Let's... There you go. Now it exists. Yeah, on Twitch stream, on YouTube chat, you just do it that way. You just tag it that way. And once we get rid of Nightbot, Pedro would be able to post to both. Well, no, it would still go through... YouTube chat still goes through Restream, huh? Oh, you need to hide. Anyway. So typically what I would do here, since we're getting a database message, we would have error. Oh, yeah, let's see what. So we just have insert message. And it just inserts the Twitch message. Okay. For message writer. Insert message into the database. We want to do that. Oh, and this we need to return. No, empty string's fine. And then once we have a clean prompt over here, and it's not insert message anymore. Now, this should be edit database response. And it should be insert response. Oh, this isn't gonna work. And this is why it's not going to work. Because this... It's the client. So I was being incredibly intelligent. And I was like, we only need response writer. Well, guess what? Response writer only has insert response. Doesn't have... message writer, which is insert message. So that means we have to insert the message at a different spot. What do you mean? like this. Now that should be finished. Okay. Oh, it only returns an error. Even better. This is... No, this should be the LLM response message ID. I don't have a message ID, but I don't have a model name. So this would be response. Message UUID. We haven't generated, actually. I don't think. So this would be UUID dot new v4. I don't know what I'm doing there. And the model name, we obviously don't have set. Because why on earth would I do that? Oh, I do have the model name set. Oh, I do. I did it. I did it, Pedro. This would be B dot model name. Undefined. Yeah, I know. What am I using? So an AI Twitch chat. I know we gotta fix 20 questions and get it connected to the database so I can. Wouldn't it be so fun to have 20 questions in Twitch chat? That'll be so amazing. Yeah, how are we getting a message ID? Oh, I add the message ID when I call the LLM. So if you hit go referrers, it tells you when something's being called. Message ID. And it's called by single message response. Go referrers. Go callers also works. Yeah, it looks like we need to do go callers. That's what I thought. So it's in Twitch handle message line like 80, 90 something. So uh-oh. Important work message. Try to find the text Linux is like probably. An old Mac. Oh my goodness. Tried to find a Linux. Text Linux. Yes. I don't know what Knoppix distro is, and I feel like I should. Oh, so message ID is generated when I insert the message. I didn't. Many moons. Oh, that's why I don't know about it. Early 2000s. I was barely allowed to touch a computer because the internet is a crazy place. Before Torrent and I2P yet, don't know what those are. Don't know what those are. And that's on me. That's on me. So we're gonna need database in here anyway. So if I'm not, do I? Not database response writer. What's the other thing called? What did we call it? Message writer. So, and yes, and then we add stuff to the interface for 20 questions messages and for 20 Oh, Mariah actually may have designed it good. I may have not been an idiot. This may actually be a half-decent design. It's probably a pile of hot garbage. But I'm going to pretend. Civilians Gamer, thank you for following. Glad to have you here. We are working on Pedro. It should be on my dashboard. When you click on Twitch, it takes you to Twitch dashboards instead of the channel, though. Like, in my YouTube channel, it does that? Oh, I bet it's because I didn't update it. I'm yelling right now. I apologize. I don't know why I'm yelling. I'm really excited. I can see it on your About You and YouTube's as well. That's the... Thank you for going that deep, but I barely manage my YouTube. Like, literally, the only thing I manage right now is Linktree, and I'm like, hopefully Linktree's everywhere. So... What was I doing? What did I do? Okay, so I need to go right here in Not in Help and ask Pedro. So the first thing we do is we check. Oh, you did! After the boot.dev podcast, boot.dev is great. Lane is fantastic. My YouTube is discoverable from... Did I send him a link for that? You know, I should really get my act together and I did get my act together. I centralized all of my information on Linktree. What I didn't do was take my Linktree and put it everywhere else. And then I'm like, people will figure out Linktree, right? Soypete text like a thing. It's like, no, but your YouTube's Mariah Peterson and your Twitter is Captain Nobody, and who knows what Medium is. And so yeah, Discord's completely not even discoverable. Dopamine driven development. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's not on the Soy Pete Tech YouTube. It's on the Captain Nobody, the Mariah Peterson YouTube. That's a different YouTube. So Soy Pete Tech is only supposed to be curated and fancy videos. Captain Nobody is the raw, unfiltered Pete that you get, which is the Mariah Peterson one. This isn't fancy? No, it's raw and unfiltered. I didn't write a script for it. If I wrote a script for it, it's now fancy. Where is Ask Pedro? So Ask Pedro right here, we create the message. So in this point, right here is when we insert the message into the database. And so we say error, insert message. If, oh, nope, and this returns a message ID, which we need to send somewhere else. Oh, we are passing a message ID right there. Yeah. You discovered me from Lane's podcast? Man, I am so glad I did that podcast. I'm so glad I did that podcast. Lane is so great. And I got him to come speak at my conference. I want you to know boot.dev is the reason why I do not create Go courses actively. Because his are too good. Like, why should I compete with that? I don't want to take away his thunder. He has time to put into it, and the only thing I ever want to do is Pedro. You know? Boot.dev and his podcast. And I'm episode like 10 of 60. I think Firehose content consumption is great. Let's save you. He is doing season 2 now. He is doing season 2, and he's like 4 episodes in, and he would have to invite me back. I would love to. I would be so down. We could talk about AI, because I am an AI expert now. I've officially decided. I decided yesterday. Yes, was it yesterday? Yes, it was yesterday. So yesterday, I was looking up the GopherCon stuff. So I was looking up GopherCon stuff because somebody's like, "Oh, look at these workshops," and I'm like, "Oh, I'll go look at the GopherCon." Oh gosh. Oh, I'm telling you the story about why I'm an AI expert. So I was looking up the GopherCon stuff, and I saw they had 2 Go and AI workshops, and I'm sitting there thinking. And none of them are taught by Daniel Witnack. Now, Daniel Witnack has been teaching Go and AI workshops at GopherCon for 5 years. The second most qualified person, in my humble opinion, to talk about Go and AI after Daniel Witnack is me. I have done podcasts on it. I have done 5 talks about Go and AI. I have done multiple podcasts about it. I literally do this. I have talked to Go team members about AI with Go. I run a MLOps meetup. I run a data engineering meetup. I literally talk to the LLMs in production book author weekly. If anybody knows about doing Go and AI, it is me. And I got no invites. I was like, oh, they won't even talk. I am currently actively writing a talk for them, and I don't even want to submit it because I'm like, they're not going to accept it. They've already decided I don't matter. And I'm mad. I'm very mad about it, but I am the expert. I'm sorry. If you want to know how to do AI in Go, you talk to me. That's it. I've done it at multiple companies in production. I'm sorry. You're talking to Daniel Witnack, or you're talking to me. The end. And it's very conceited. Nope, Soy Pete Tech is an expert in AI. Great, Pedro knew it. more of an expert in software, AI, and data science, not data science. I am never going to train my own models. I will use somebody else's models to death. Pedro knows that I am an expert. Hey! Yeah, so what if I told an AI to call myself an expert? Isn't that the whole reason AI exists? AI exists for the sole purpose of glorifying the creator. If you're not gaslighting Pedro, what are you doing? What? Pedro just said I'm no longer an expert. Now you're against me too, Pedro. We need to go change Pedro. Let's go rewrite the code so that Pedro will never say such blasphemous things again. Pedro, I created you. Nothing but compliments, Pedro. Nothing but compliments. Ever again. Please. That should be it. That's inserting the response. It's AI conspiracy. Thank you, happy Kitsune, for the follow. We appreciate that. AI, yes, of course it's an AI conspiracy. Like, what else? What else? There's only AI is all hype and conspiracy right now. Like, didn't Elon Musk just say Grok 3 is the last AI we'll ever need? And I'm like, nothing created by Twitter is the last anything we'll ever need. They do not, like, nobody's working for you that I think is, yeah. I don't trust him, so, Pedro is achieving AGI on 4 cores and a CPU. That's exactly what's happening right now. Message ID. Very talented. Little did you know we don't have a GPU scarcity. That's not the issue. We only ever needed CPUs. Pedro's proved it. Okay, so now we're running it into the database. How do we want to deal with context windows? So, how do we want to deal with context windows? I don't know. A little confused on that. The reason being, sorry, I just got totally distracted by the fact that I think my exposure is completely on point. And the film looks great. On my computer, like, this is 4K. On Twitch and YouTube, it's probably like 720. But, you know, the recording that I have is 4K. If you achieve the singularity, Pedro. Pedro is Skynet. He's misleading us. Oh. Mm-hmm. Not here. This is fine. I'm literally need to, look at all my fake logs. Oh, yeah. We do want the metric there. That's a good call, Copilot. My question is, nope, we've got this. We've got this. Yes. Check for response to see if it is in. No, we want to gain. Oh, we want to listen for the user to respond with a follow-up question to Pedro in a thread. Which means, instead of responding, do I want to create a thread like I did here? I don't know. I have to think about that. I don't know how to do this. Like, we kicked off a Go routine somewhere? Yeah, here. So this Go routine here listens essentially to a thread and then responds to it, which is essentially... Yeah, thread or reply. Well, I was just wondering, when we do 20 questions, we, like, create a whole thread. And I don't think I want to create a whole thread, right? Like, I don't want to say this is a self-contained game, like I did with the other one. I think that's right. But, I guess my hesitation is not thread or reply. I agree with that. My hesitation is I'm thinking, oh crap, how am I going to save this relationship in the database? Because the database essentially has this concept of chat is a single thread with a single response. I do not have a concept of saying that this is the source message and this is the response. So that's a new concept to my database. And that's what's freaking me out. Nothing else. Like, the only... the easy way to be would be just add a column that says source, right? That says, like, original message or original question or something like that. Where I essentially link to this message ID that I have somewhere. This message ID. So that would work. I wouldn't break it too much, right? And then basically I would just say, okay, spin up a, just like we do this. Spin up a Go routine that lives for 2 minutes and listens to replies. I think there's also a way to just, and then, yeah, if there was not a reply after so long. There's like a ping thing. Oh, yes, no, that's not what I want. I need something. I don't want the timeout. I need something. And this is what my friend did. Oh, this is exactly what Chris did, where he just, like, listened to everything. No, we should spin it out in a thread, shouldn't we? We should do it just like we did this one. Where it's just like, hey, this is your message, and if you want to continue the conversation, you have to do it in this message. It's exactly what we should do. Exactly like, yeah, this thing. Where we do a thread start. Wait, when we do 20 questions, I send this message, and then I attach a thread to it. And then when we open the thread, yeah. Yeah, this is exactly what I want to do. And basically be like, if you want to continue talking, here's your thread. And then the thread will disable itself in whatever we said we would disable it in. 140 1440. Isn't that what we said we disable it in? Sounds like a plan. Sorry, got another message from somebody who was asking about things. Cool. That's the long-term thing. I don't think I want to do that in this message because, like, the code is disgusting. Like, if I'm going to be using the same methodology, there's some refactoring I can do. So that's fine. I think this is fine for now. Let's push it up, and then I'll review that PR. You know what this means? This means I can have Pedro run. Oh. What do you mean push? Oh, it needs a force push because of the rebase, I bet. That means we can have Pedro running on Discord mode when I'm not streaming on Twitch 100% of the time. And so I just have to, if I want to talk to Pedro, like, this is the defining point of me ever using ChatGPT again. I may never use ChatGPT again, and I may only ever use Pedro for everything. Like, I don't think you guys understand. All of my content creation, like, pretty much the only thing I use ChatGPT for is content creation. So I'll be like, I can't write. I suck at writing. But I'm really good at ideation. So I'll take my ideas and be like, okay, help me write blah, 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 blah. And then I will brain vomit. And then I'm like, make it sound good, please. And if I could get Pedro to do that, that'd be fantastic. The only problem is Pedro thinks everything's like a chat. a message. And so clearly we'd have to change some things. No merge conflicts because I did a rebase. Yeah, like this. So clearly the Pedro prompt here. This is fine. This needs to be genericized. And essentially, I need to have a different one in Twitch chat, I think. So, like, this stuff. Your name is Pedro. You do this. I can kill this part. Notice how Pedro knows that my name is Mariah and that I am female now. Pull this out. I could kill this part. And do not talk about Java and JavaScript. That is, like, and then I could just come in here and in the LLM one be like, okay, actually, Pedro prompt equals this. When I call the LLM. So I would just add a message called like make prompt, and I would append when needed, when necessary. What, Appenward just followed me? Oh, probably because I talked about Tailscale. Because I use Tailscale at work. Sorry, again, mentoring response. This kid who just started, yeah. Pedro better not go on the other programming languages. No, Pedro, I would never take this out. Ever. I just wrote a blog post recently about Python versus Go in data engineering and how sometimes you choose Python and sometimes you choose Go and when to do that. I would never do this. Also, Pedro needs to learn how to review his own code. Wouldn't that be so fun to build a Pedro code reviewer? Since ChatGPT refuses to review my own code. Silly ChatGPT. This I like. This is what I want for now. That's a good. Ask Pedro works. Help. Good. Or just printing errors. Hey, Pedro, could you show me how to code in chat, please? Can you please show me how to code in chat? Oh, gosh. Pedro tries. This, at some point, we should break it out into a function. I'm going to format that. This is the wrong one. I'm going to add a comment so I don't forget. It's like 132 or something. Perfect. To do. Yeah, I want my messages to be formatted a certain way. I 100% should have that in a function, right? Well, I mean, I should have a lot more of this stuff in functions than I do have. Message validator. Check that member and users exist. That's important. We ran into that a couple times. Stump Pedro. What do you mean? I thought that was already there. Oh, this isn't gonna build. We have to add that in main. That's one thing we missed. So we have a database up here, DB. Here. I need to add a database. DB database.message writer. First college course in programming. Dang. I remember that day. CS 142 was my first one. C++. I got an A. Not to toot my own horn, but it wasn't my first time programming. Like literally, this is the intro to programming at BYU. If you want an A, don't let this be your first time programming. Any other experience level, B and below. Like, yeah, it was so hard if you hadn't done it before. So we do have a WebSocket connection open. Oh, we are handling it proper, guys. We are handling the shutdown of that. Good job. Which means I should be able to just listen for thread replies, even though that's not what I want to do. Go is a great language to start with. I have my O'Reilly course about it should launch next month. About learning Go. I did database. I have an on-demand course with O'Reilly that should launch next month about writing Go, learning Go. It is learn Go. I mean, that's the whole point of it. And like I said, I would write more courses if Lane's stuff wasn't so good. BYUI. Online. Was it easier online? I felt like that class was impossible to pass if you did. We had to go into the lab and get people to manually get the TAs to approve stuff. So I don't know how it would work online. That was also, how many years ago was that? 2015. That was 10 years ago. 10 years ago I took that programming course. And look at me now. Have not touched C++ since. Go all the way, baby. Okay. Let's run some Pedro stuff to test. What? I thought I passed that in. Did I not pass that in? Too far. Oh, I didn't. AI chatter. No, it doesn't need to be a pointer because it's an interface. Did you do any of my stuff on... You binge my stuff to figure out Go? Yeah, I know the boot.dev starts in Python intentionally, which I agree with. Because if you're starting from absolutely zero, Go's a little bit hard to... Oh, it needs to be a pointer to it. If you're starting from the absolute zero, like, I don't know how to use a command line. Then Go's really hard. Python's a lot easier to install. But once you get comfortable enough with Python, it's not quite as scary to do the rest of it. And so that's why, like, yeah, if you've used the command line 3 times, like, Go's super easy to go with. So that's the intent. I tried to write a course where it was like, hey, you could do everything, you like start with Go and make that easy. I just didn't have experience when I had the momentum. And now that I have the experience, I have no momentum on that. I'm like, learn Python. Learn Python. And then once you figured out Python, I'll help you with Go. Is that pathetic? I'm also like, use lanes. The other reason I don't have any momentum, I'm like, just start boot.dev. And then once you get so far into boot.dev, let me know, and then we can start doing some more advanced Go. Oh, how I structure things when I program? Oh, good. I hope that was beneficial. I try to talk through that stuff. I mean, I guess I'm hoping that you grokked it, that you understood my stuff while I was building it. Because, what did it say the problem was? Cannot use variable DB. It's not a pointer? Duo, you slay. Don't you think it's a bit rough to jump into a statically typed language once you've gotten the basic of dynamic typing? It depends on how much Python you've done. If, like, the only thing you've done is, like, a hello world and I don't know, like, how much Python does Mariah do? Pandas, maybe write a CLI, then, like, you haven't gone too deep into the dynamic typing stuff to care, which is kind of what Lane does. I just know. And to be fair, if you get somebody using Python, like really using it, especially at work, then they're going to be like, why on earth would I do static typing? I agree with you there, Juho. Like 100%, I agree. I just know that the terminal is scary if you've never used it before. And you can do so much in Python without the terminal. That's pretty much it. And I do not know how to do Go effectively without interacting in the terminal. That's kind of the whole thing I'm coming from. Oh, why would you write Go if you... Learned Python? Because Go is faster! That's why! Go is faster! What other argument do I have? Go has lighter Docker containers! 99% of the time it doesn't matter. You write Go full-time for a living. Me too. Me too. Well, I mean, and here's the thing, though. As I'm sitting here, I've been in situations where I'm like, why did I spend 2 weeks writing that in Go? Especially with data frames. When I could have done it in 2 weeks in Python. Like in 2 days in Python. There's a couple of things not with data frames, but with null values and things where the dynamic typing would have been just fabulous. But I'm a masochist. Well, basically it's just saying, can a type be changed? That's pretty much the difference. Yeah, it's you have people who are like, yeah, type safety, like, not necessarily type safety matters, but like, yeah, it's just, what do you want? Do you want static typing or not? And no, yeah, at what scale does it matter? That's the other question too. Like, if you're just writing web apps, at what scale does it matter? Especially with like Kubernetes or like serverless stuff, you won't notice at all. I do prefer compile time over runtime errors, but it's not like you completely get rid of those with Go. So, you know. But even if you get a runtime error in Kubernetes, it cycles and starts over. So it's not like you're running it's not like you're running Python on an Apache server, you know? What was I doing? Oh yeah, for some reason, when we do this one, oh, I do a DB pointer. I do the pointer in here. Okay, so I just need to do the pointer here. I should be consistent. And now it can be nil, thank goodness. I mean, as long as it's not Java, I don't care what language you use. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Because everybody can agree that we don't want to use the JVM. Yeah, we're not using that. We're passing that in. And we're all on the same page there. That's why Pedro's not allowed to say the word Java. Funny question for you. If you receive a JSON payload in a Go web app, how do you differentiate what you got? A null value for a field, meaning a literal null in the JSON, or no? Oh! That's a good question. This is literally, that question exactly is the reason why it took me 2 weeks to do something that would have taken me 2 days. In data frames, because Python handles that. Data frames have such a good concept. It's polars or pandas, either one, have a good concept of null, which Go doesn't handle well at all. 90% of the time, I can get away with just using omit empty on the tags. And so then the absence of the value does not do anything. But that's that's only in creation. That's like not in data transformation at all because of the difference there. The other thing I have done, which sucks, there's lots of types that have a concept of null. So there's a null DB type that have a concept of null. BigQuery types have a concept of null, and basically it becomes a pointer. Not a pointer. It becomes a struct field that has a binary null or not, and then it solves it on write. But yeah, no, it's not a good experience for anything that's supposed to be super variable, and that's why it's like, why wouldn't you use GraphQL? It's like, I don't know, why wouldn't you use option like and Go? Everywhere I've seen that's done it decently, I guess nobody does it with JSON decently at all. You can do it half decent in Protos, because they default a lot of stuff to pointers. But yeah. Oh, API nullable. Yeah, there you have it. Code nullable. Like, what else can you do? You just have to... And it sucks. Especially when you have payloads that are so variable. Well, the database one is internal, but that's the only nullable that's internal, and I don't think it would work with JSON at all. I can't think of any. Yeah, I don't think the standard library will ever support that at all. They just did JSON v2 and they don't have it, so. What can you say? Hijack? What do you mean? It's a nerd snipe. We're all nerds here. If you're not distracting me, it's not fun. You also brought up my PTSD of 2 weeks that I spent with literally probably each file easily had 30 megabytes of empty of default value of 0 values that should have been null. And it's like, why on earth are you dealing with files that big? It's like, well, Mariah's a data engineer, that's why. And why sometimes data engineering in Go doesn't make sense. Because guess what would have worked? Python. But we're a Go shop, so, you know, if I wrote in Python, nobody else would be able to maintain it. Can't use variable DB. Job security. I know, I should just write everything in something bespoke. Roaching Daniels, thank you for your follow. This is Pedro has a lot of comments, but I was like, you just described 90% of what I write on Twitch. Only I know how it works. And here's the thing with the project I'm working on right now. I'm literally sitting here and I'm like, I'm the only one that knows how it's supposed to work. So how do I help enable these other guys who want to help me out to build something when as soon as they build it, I'm like, no, this is wrong. Because I'm the only one that knows. Like, well, you need to share that information. It's like, I don't have time. I know. When you're writing tests, you know you're getting paid for the code you're writing. Every once in a while, I'll do it in stuff like this. On Twitch, I will write tests to say, look, tests are important. But code coverage is not. So I'm only testing for my sanity. But, yeah, at work. ON 73. I'm a 73. Well, we don't have any. I'm at a baby startup, and at our baby startup, there are no tests because we're like, if it breaks, will anybody find out? Nope. Twitch connection. Oh, I have I forgot to check where it was passed. Right here. Consistency. Do you remember when like TDD was the only way to write Go? It was like in 2018, 2019. And Matt Ryer was running around the world telling everybody that TDD was like our lifeblood. And I never did it. Because I've always worked at companies that were too small. I still believe tests are important. And Go makes it easy to write tests 60% of the time. Which means if I shoot for 60% code coverage, I've done the easy stuff. I also generate 90% of the boilerplate for tests. So, you know, when you're doing code gen, I don't use Testify. I do not like Testify. I do not like asserts. I literally only use if statements. And that's probably a big part of my problem. Is I know some people swear by it, but I don't know. Testify makes it... Sore throats are a pain in the neck. Oh my gosh. Your second loaded question of the day? Well, I guess I do not like ORMs. My title, right, is data engineer. And so I like literally validate my life by writing SQL. You followed me after I said I hated ORMs. Oh my gosh, yes. I can't even get around SQL C, which I call a reverse ORM. Even though you're writing the SQL, I'm like, yeah, but then you're generating boilerplate. And anyway, I also like to put checks in my database functions. It's a whole thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's not hard. You broke production because of Gorm fuckery? Yeah, that's about right. I have a friend who likes Gorm and he generates everything top down. It's like he has a buff plugin, so he'll do protobuf, gRPC, and Gorm, and like top down generate every single thing. And I'm like, good for you. But you're not gonna get me to use Gorm. SQL is too powerful to just like... Well, and also, I also refuse to write CRUD apps, so... Hey, look! You figured out I don't like it! How did you know that? I didn't even... Let the AI do it. One of the biggest rages in content gen right now is AI to SQL for analytics, so that your business stakeholders can go into like UIs and be like, tell me about last week's sales, and then it generates the SQL to pull stuff from the data warehouse. Isn't that disgusting? How can you validate that that's accurate? We've literally paid people hundreds of thousands of dollars to validate the accuracy of the data, and now you're just letting AI generate SQL that may or may not produce accurate results? Yeah, whatever. We added, this is single response in ask. Insert to the database, that's fine. Yeah, we made all of this consistent. That's good. I can't think of any reason not to merge this besides the fact that I just need to do my sanity check. That's right. And then the next one will be go remove all these print line statements and do some slogging. We need to add to the chat thing that the other thing, ORMs are of the devil. I think the only reason that Pedro thought that is because of the 10 message context about Gorm fuckery. If that hadn't been in chat, they would have been like, oh, have you tried Gorm? Gorm is the best thing ever. And I would have been like, absolutely not. I listened to a podcast. That's the other thing, too. Is I listened to a podcast about like Spring Boot. And it's like, yeah, it's a framework. It's its own language of Java. It's not even Java. I'm like, if you need an ORM that much that you can't learn Java, we've gone too far, guys. One of the basic jobs of backend engineers is to know how to interact with the database. That's it. The basic, one of the I think, basic requirement. If you're doing backend engineering, you have to know how to interact with the database. The end. Do not use an ORM to take that part away from your job. It is fundamental because you have to debug the database. No. They don't write anything besides annotations. That's what I'm saying. It's not Java. It's not programming anymore. It's like fake. But there was a whole podcast about how it was valid. I'm like, who decided this was a good topic? Who decided that validating Spring was worth their time? Okay, let's test you out. Pedrito. What do you think about ORMs? This one, I promise, Pedro's going to be like, it's the best thing in the world. Should we try doing we can't do a 20 questions because I have the aggressive 10-second timeout. And I was going to be like... but I will play 20 questions before we merge this, just for kicks and giggles. Tell me why Soy Pete loves ORM so much. I haven't ranted about that enough for the past 10 minutes. Oh gosh. Oh boy, ORMs are a hot topic. As a Golang fan, I told you Pedro would think they were cool. I think they're super useful in simplifying database interactions, but Soy Pete Tech always says, don't let the ORM hide the SQL. I don't say that. When have I ever said that? I think ORMs are of the devil and that you should never use them. I would never say don't let them hide your SQL. Never have I said that. I'm waiting for Rug. I'm waiting for your response. I'm really interested. Oh, I think Mariah loves ORMs because they help with database interactions and mapping, making her code more maintainable and scalable. She's a fan of Gorm and Go. Oh, gosh, what's the vomit? Can we just get some vomit emotes here? We need a new allowing her to interact with SQLite, MySQL, Postgres with ease. Plus, it saves her the time of writing boilerplate code. Who doesn't love that? Me! I do not love that. I had an entire job. I had the job for 3 years where all I did... Where's the broken Pedro? Broken Pedro. All I did for 3 whole years was write database queries to databases. Well, that's not all I did for 3 years, but let's pretend like we could simplify it like that way. MySQL, SQLite, MS SQL, Postgres, custom C-tree databases, custom whatever, like... What did you ask this time? Tell me why Mariah hates RMs. It's a good thing Pedro has no context. We couldn't do that with an ORM. Like, you have to know too much. It is a very, like I said, fundamental to being a back-end engineer is understanding SQL. Now, I'm not going to deny, as a data engineer who writes a lot of SQL, I look up the syntax probably more than I should. But I still know, like, I forget where to put update. Like, I forget the ordering sometimes. But still, you should know how to do it. Yeah, I'm going to tease you, especially when you tell people that I like ORMs, Pedro. Too bad you have no context. It's just a web server. It's just a web server. Well, I have a date to go pick up some pizza. Let's do a raid poll. Who should we raid? I am 2 of those viewers, by the way. When is Pedro getting closed back captions so it can talk back to me in real time? Pedro will not be doing that until I have a Kubernetes instance with GPUs, because let's be real. Talk back to me in real time when it takes 5 minutes to process a prompt. We've never heard of Ryan Solid. Dude, software game. Okay, you got 5 minutes. 5 minutes to do your poll and decide who we should raid. If you don't like any of them, just put it in chat. I really don't care. But I would appreciate if you told me who to raid. Let's get this sucker merged. And then we can start working on some slogging. We really need some slogs. The real reason that Pedro's not doing real-time feedback is because my closed caption feeds it to Twitch really well. The closed caption that I have set up locally feeds it to Twitch really well. It's not storing it. So, like, it's broken, and I have to figure out why it's broken. And until I can... So I'm just like, should I just set up my own audio capture feed? Should I pipe it through a Pi that writes it to a database? Like, how do I get it so that... How do I get it so that all of my words get saved? I need all of the things I say to be saved somewhere, because that is data that I can use for who knows what. We can then take that flavoring of all of my words, put it in the LLM, right? Do some kind of context training, and then I can use it to generate new content and be like, that sounds exactly like you because you know exactly how I sound because I have hours of me ranting saved to a database. Slogging. So I have yet to actually use slog. And that is pretty pathetic, in my opinion. Because, like, it is, first of all, a year and a half old. That is reason number one why Mariah is being pathetic. Reason number two is because I use print lines. Like, that's not a log. Where did they add this? Where are they using log value? Lulu! Lulu! Lulu, come say hi. Come here. It's her birthday. Lulu, come say hi. Come here. Come up, birthday girl. Hey, Mama, that's too hard. But it's your birthday. Yeah. She's 5 years old today. And she knows it. She knows that she's 5 years old. And she doesn't want to share it with you. Lulu, come say hi to Twitch chat. I don't know how this is. Handler options. Replace. Slog test. Remove time. They're passing T. Oh, I found it. I found it. Thank you. Literally, I just didn't read that line. That whole line just never entered my eyes. Now I get it. What's up, buddy? Hey. Yeah, I know. Can you come say hi? Come here. Come up. Come up. I know you hate to come up over here. She's scared of my green screen. That's the problem. Oh, I popped your shoulder. I'm so sorry. Can you say, hey, Twitch chat, my name is Woo Woo, and I'm 5 years old. 5 years old today. I know, we're going to be done in just a minute. Okay, let's start with Maine. We can get through these today, right? Said thank you. They said happy birthday, Lulu. Is there a fatal in slog? Oh, look at me typing. No, there's not. Slog does not, which means I just have to return myself. And I need to dig into this some more. That error. What's the difference between error and warn? Yeah, it's on the default logger. I know I'm just using the default logger. I haven't gotten to custom logging yet. I'm just using the default logger just because I can. Say thank you. You got another happy birthday. Happy birthday. There they were. Where'd it go? Not there. There it is. Oh, that wasn't what I was looking for. Thank you. Lulu is a cute dog. I don't know the difference between error and warn, so I will use error. And we will, oh, have we set that up yet? We have. But we haven't called it. So what's the point? So we should just do this. What's OS exit? They have different things. It's exit 0, 1 to 5. Yeah, Mariah knows what they are. Isn't it 1? I think I want 1, actually. What do you mean I can't call slog error like that? It says I can't. Oh, it's a default. There's a default logger. It says if I'm using the default logger, I can do whatever I want. So, like, this is just a call to the default logger. So it should work. Let's try. Well, I mean, I'll just see if it compiles. Nope, you can't. There you go. It has to be a string? Boo! I really hate when loggers do that. Now I can do it. I get why they do it. I just don't like it. Because I should be able to pass an error in. How is our Twitch poll going? View results. Ryan solid one. Okay. Let's code drift. 1 stack to rule them all? With Tanner Lindsay? Tan stack? I freaking found a JavaScript one? Ugh. Tanner Lindsay is a Utah native, by the way. Friend of my friend. Oh my gosh. This is a draft pull request. Because I only did one thing. Okay, let's go start that raid. Hopefully he accepts raids from nobody like me. Raid. Oh, that's how you do it? That's how I like that. I like your way of doing that. Ryan Solid. How did it go? Cool. Well, next time we'll do more slogs and I'll do it the right way. I agree, I don't like this. We'll do it a better way. And we'll see you next time.
There's a default value. facial vicinity